With your body. With your body. You got it. So as a citizen, it's important for you to understand that that's what we're going to ask to see, because that's what's going to make us comfortable. What you were saying?
I mean, for him to give us that scenario, I think that's beautiful to understand what you guys are faced with on your side. Right. But there's a disconnect in information. Right. Because as a motorist, we go down to the DMV and we take whatever test to drive, but we don't know this. Like, if there's a protocol, like I like what the brother said here at the radio station, he puts his hands on the steering wheel with his driver's license in between his index finger and his ring finger, whatever. And he holds it just like that. And if we knew that was a part of your processing, then we wouldn't be fidgeting. You know what I'm saying? Half of it is just misinformation. Like, how many people, if they could get this information while they're at the DMV, this is a part of the protocol of getting driver's license everywhere. It would drastically reduce on a nationwide level.
We have a member of the news here.
So I guess to summarize it, what could we do to make this meeting effective so we can leave here with something tangible? What can we do?
Spread the word.
The goal for this meeting is to spread the word everywhere. Our whole goal is to not only reach you guys, but we want to reach other officers and departments as well, because we want them to be able to come hear you guys out and hear how you make somebody feel when you do this or when you do that. The whole goal is to, like, for me, I want to change the world of policing from the way that I want it to be, because when I see the different stuff going on, that's not me, and that's not nobody that I know or deal with. So the only way that you can try to change it is be the change you want to see. And that's why we started this. Like, okay, it's only how many other people in here, but that's what he was saying about trying to stream it. Sister Girl all the way in California. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's, to me, this is big, because it's almost like it's spider webs, and we get a lot of positive feedback about doing this. Like, people act like we've reinvented the wheel by just talking. And it's the way it should be in the first place. You should know the police. That was the first question we said when we started. You should know the police that serve your community, and your police should try to get to know you. But if the police extend his hand and he do what boy Kevin just did and walk right past it, that's gonna make that will kill the relationship, because as an officer, like we said, also, if you come from upstate New York, Wyoming, or somewhere where you never interacted with black people, how do you expect them to learn if you don't help teach them or try to get to know them? Hey, Mr. Officer, how you doing? Who are you? I'm such and such, such and such. I stay at 4705, such and such. How long you been on? Those simple dialogue may lead to the next time when he stopped you for a tail light, or your tag been expired for 2 days. Hey, Miss Johnson, how you doing? You know your tag expired. Go on, get that taken care of for you. All right, Dennis, have a good day. You see what I'm saying? It gives you access.
Another way of looking at it is...
Hold up, my bad, bro. I'm kind of going in order. I'm going to come to you third. Got you, this lady, then you. And then Mike.
I asked Skype if she got some questions. She ain't said.
Oh, yeah.
Skype, you good?
Skype, good, Kelly.
Yeah. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
All right. I just have had one question in my mind as I've been listening to you, and before I even ask the question, I just want to say thank you guys for what you're doing. I think it's amazing. I love the way you're sort of reimagining your role and what you can do in terms of interacting with the community. Earlier on in the conversation, when we were talking about gangs and how you respond when there's a crime and what your role as a police officer
we do have different programs that we have, but at the same time, it's just like this. Some of the most people that really need to be here aren't here. And that's what we are trying to reach. And you can try, it's almost like you can lead them to the water, but we can't necessarily make them drink. A program that I do with the U.S. Attorney's Office here in Atlanta is called Real Talk with the Law. And they take us as law enforcement with former convicts, former gang members, and we go into the schools and we actually have conversation and we give them all different perspectives. And one of the guys that comes with us, Art Powell, he did 11 years in prison. His rap sheet is as long as you can imagine. But he basically gives them, a lot of the kids don't realize what their actions is doing and what jail and prison is until it's already too late. So with that program, we try, for me, it was all about, it can't all be about locking people up. But at the same time, in some instances, it's a necessary evil. Because if you do some of the things that you do, unfortunately, you have to, for every action, there's a reaction and there's consequences for your action. So we can try to help some, and we try, but some fall through the cracks.
Right, the same on our end, like in the community, and I'm not the police, I'm gonna say that again.
You might.
We got a nonprofit called Positive American Youth, and we bring people like that the same way to different schools. We see about 300 schools a year. We got another program called Bullying Is Not Hot, where it's not really about bullying, it's just more so about choices. So I bring Kenyatta Martin, if you're familiar with his story. You know, he was the first person to get locked up as an adult in Georgia at 13 years old. He went to a real prison. So he got a crazy story too that he likes to tell. And it's just more so informing, just like this is. Like, the more knowledge you have about situations, the better decisions you tend to make, because you have a little bit of understanding of the consequences of what you're doing, and like the ins and outs of it. Did we answer your question?
Yeah, you did. I appreciate it. Thank you. It's nice to know the good work you guys are doing. It's really concrete and reassuring.
Thank you.
Hey. All right, we're going to go to my man right here.
Yeah, so when you guys were talking earlier about the police, the one thing I used to do as a sheriff's deputy in Shelby County was, again, I knew the kids in the neighborhood. Now that I live in Swanee, I know the kids where I live at. And I talk to the young kids all the time. Each individual in this room has a responsibility. Whatever community you live in, if there are young people around you, stop, talk to them. I know all the kids over there because I have a 9-year-old daughter. I know all the young men. I know all the young women, and I talk to them every day. For example, the other night I came outside. My wife came home from work and she said, "There are 2 young boys out there just walking around." So I got up, put my clothes on, went outside, and I said, "Hey, what's going on, man?" And they was like, "Oh, we just walking." I said, "For what?" And they're like, "I was just trying to get some fresh air." I said, 10:30 at night, you're up to no good. Because if one of the Swanee police officers come through here, or Gwinnett County Police, or Gwinnett County Sheriff come through here, guess what? It's all bad for you. Where do you live? Go home. Go home.
At least they had somebody to tell them.
You know what I'm saying? And I talk to the kids. Each one of us has a responsibility. It's not, we can't leave it up to the police to try to teach. You know, we as adults, we as people, as citizens, where we stay, we have to talk to these kids, and we have to, talk to them. And real quick, I got into it with a Swanee police officer.